Welcome to In 5 Minutes. Now let's see an algorithm to find sum of n numbers input from user. Now such kind of algorithm we have done for 3 numbers, to input 3 numbers and find sum and average. It was a sequential algorithm because the numbers were fixed and that too the numbers were very less. Now suppose a human brain or as a machine we want to add 3 numbers. What we can do is we can ask user or we can ask give me 3 numbers. Someone will give 3 numbers to you, suppose as 5, 7, 10. We can remember the 3 numbers very easily, then add them and get the answer. But what if someone tells you that he wants you to add 50 numbers or let's say 10 numbers? So it won't be easy to remember all those 10 numbers and then add them because we cannot remember more than 5 to 7 numbers easily. So in that case, suppose you have to really do addition of 10 numbers, what we can do is like this. We can input numbers one by one. Instead of inputting 10 numbers at a time, we can input number one by one. See, for example, you'll ask, okay, give me first number. Given number is suppose 5, you'll remember 5. Give me second number. Input suppose was 10, you'll add 5 plus 10, it becomes 15. Now give me third number. Suppose the number given is 2, you'll add 15 plus 2 as 17. Now what you are doing every time, you are inputting a number, adding to the current sum in your mind, and then again asking for next number. Again inputting a number, adding sum in your mind, and then again inputting next number. Now suppose this is to be done for 10 numbers. After 10 iterations, that is after 10 repetitions, you'll stop. So what steps you are doing? Understand, we are inputting some number into some variable, then we are adding it to sum, and then we are incrementing the count. If the count has not exceeded 10, we'll again repeat the steps. Input the number, add it to the sum, again increment the count. Again input the number, add it to sum, increment the count. But after every increment to the count, we check has it crossed 10. If it has not crossed 10, then we repeat the step. So this part is to be repeated n number of times. So what you are repeating? Asking for a number, reading a number, then adding to the sum, then incrementing the count. Again asking for a new number, then input the number, add to the sum, increment the count. So this is to be done multiple times. Now whenever there is a multiple summation to be done for multiple numbers, initialize that is set that variable to 0. And then to repeat this 10 times, we need to create counting variable I, starts from 1 and goes up to 10. When it becomes 11, we need to stop. So that is what our algorithm will be. Now let's see the actual algorithm over here. So let's see the main part of our algorithm, that is doing addition of n numbers while I less than equal to n, where I we are assuming as 1, will input a number by giving message print, then read no, then add it to the sum, then increment the counter. If the counter is less than equal to n, again input the number, that is give a message enter number, then read the number, add it to the sum, again increment the counter. Now these steps to be repeated n number of times. Now to repeat these steps n number of times, we need to write the complete algorithm like this. Set I equal to 1, then sum equal to 0, then we'll ask for how many numbers to add. Now how this is going to work in computer's memory, we'll see with this working on the output and CPU. So whatever variables or whatever calculations I'm doing, they'll be done inside the CPU, and whatever print and read I do, that will be done on output. So as the algorithm starts, there is no variable, there is no input, there is no output. Then we are setting I equal to 1. So in computer's memory, I will be set to 1. Then next statement, set sum equal to 0. So there will be one more variable introduced with 0 value. Then this print will give a message on the screen how many numbers to add. So as this message appears on screen, we'll input some value, suppose as 4. So 4 will be read into n. So currently n is 4. Then you are telling computer to repeat this part repeatedly till I is less than equal to n. So how this works? I less than equal to n is true. Look at these variables. True. So it gives message enter number. So message appears, enter a number. Here read will input the value. Suppose the input value is 2. And you press, if you give the value, it will be accepted into no. So no is 2. Then it makes sum is equal to sum plus no. So 0 plus 2, 2. See, initially you have to set sum equal to 0 because when you start with, at that moment, in your mind, sum is already 0. Now sum is 2 because the first number input was 2. Then increment the counter, so I becomes 2. It repeats itself again since I is less equal to n. It again gives a message enter number. Suppose the input number was 3. 3 will be accepted into no, and next statement will add it. So it will become sum plus a number, that is 5. Again I plus 1 occurs, so I becomes 3. Again the condition is true. Again message appears, enter number. Suppose the input given was 5. This time number will accept the value as 5, and then this will add the value 5 plus 5, 10. Again I equal to I plus 1, I becomes 4. It goes up, checks the condition is true. Again enter number message appears and will input some value. Let's say value input was 5. Again number accepted is 5. Sum is equal to sum plus number. Addition will be 15. Again I equal to I plus 1. I becomes 5. This time the condition is false, and 6 step stops and goes to 7 step. That will print sum as 15 on the screen, and then the algorithm will stop. So whenever we want to repeat something multiple times, we need to put that into while kind of statement and count it for n number of iterations. Thank you.